It's now time for What's Up Asheville, sponsored by the city of Asheville, with the host, Mr. Sam Parada, and here he is.
Hey Asheville, how are you doing? Welcome to What's Up Asheville here on WRES 100.7 FM. Today we are going to be talking about the baseball stadium, the tourists, and some changes that are coming up. So with me I have Jade Dundas, Director of Capital Management, formerly Capital Projects. How are you?
Good, Sam. How are you?
Doing great. And we also have Brian DeWine, the President of the Tourists. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yep. Well, thank you for coming. Love having people who are not just from the city. And, you know, this partnership, the stadium, so let's just jump into it. There's going to be some changes happening, and through capital management, that means that it's going to be construction related. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so this is a major stadium renovation really prompted by the Major League Baseball's requirements for meeting their expectations for affiliates, the minor league affiliates. It's called PDL, Players Development League. There are also aspects of this that are for deferred maintenance and also just the fan experience. And so really trying to incorporate as much of those, all of those things into the project as we can, and deliver a project that, you know, improves the experience when you're coming into Ball Stadium.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that this is something that had to happen.
It did, yeah. This was meeting the requirements of Major League Baseball, and so it really prompted this project in the time frame that we did it. The stadium did need some renovations just as a whole, and so, but really the Major League Baseball requirements are a big initiator.
It feels like this has been going on for some time now.
Yeah. So, and oddly enough, it's been a pretty short project in regards to the way that we look at most projects. Mm-hmm. You know, this really came about in the spring of 2023. We knew that the stadium needed some attention for a while. But in 2023, it really came together. And for the most part, we've been working on this project through design and development since summer of 2023.
Mm-hmm. And for those listening, we're in August of 2024 right now.
So it's been about
I don't even know when it is.
Yeah.
And the funding for this, Brian, you know, you're not affiliated with the city, but I don't want to say affiliated. You're not a city employee, but at the same time, you know, this is a partnership. So where did the funding for this project come from?
Yeah, great question. This is a joint project. It's funding between the city of Asheville, the Asheville Tourists baseball team, Buncombe County, and the Buncombe County Tourism Development Authority.
Mm-hmm. And finally, it made it. It's happening now. When is the starting date for renovations? And when can you tell me about the design as well? Like, what are the changes that are coming?
Well, the start date is September 3rd. We're going to have the contractor mobilized and arriving on site on September 3rd. And so it's just right around the corner for us. It essentially is we're going to let baseball season end, and then the contractor is going to move in immediately after.
Mm-hmm. So we have only 2 weeks from the recording of this show.
Yeah, and then in that time there will be a groundbreaking ceremony. I believe that's August 28th.
Correct.
Yeah.
8 to 8 day.
8 to 8. Nice. Are you doing anything else in terms of like events or for the games? Because I know last week they had the doggy day. You have the $1 hot dog events. You have the free jerseys for the, you know, what else is happening? Yeah. What can we expect?
Yeah, so we are actually on the road this week and next week, and then our team is home for the last homestand. Mm-hmm. We're kind of billing it as the last homestand as McCormick Field as you know it. So we will have fireworks Friday night and Sunday night because it's Labor Day weekend. Mm-hmm. The Thirsty Thursday in there and a jersey giveaway. The jersey giveaway will actually honor the Asheville Blues, the Negro League team that played at McCormick Stadium and won 2 Negro League settling championships. So we got a lot packed that last week. Last game's on Labor Day. Taking Monday off and Tuesday, The construction crew comes in. Immediately. Our staff is actually busy right now cleaning things out, throwing things out. We're in full spring cleaning mode right now.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for all these fun events. Having a small town. I call Asheville a small town, small city. But like having that stadium and like our own team is just a local. It's amazing, and I have my hippies jersey today, signed by Teddy the Bear. I couldn't find Mr. Moon, but just wanted to say thank you for all you're doing and everything you put together.
Awesome, I appreciate it. I mean, really, Jade's heard my speech many a times, but we're more than baseball. We're here to provide to the quality of life of the community, and whether you like baseball or not, it's a place where the community can gather, and that's obviously why the city, the county, and the TDA invested into this ballpark. It wasn't just about our baseball team.
I'll jump in real quick on that. I have friends who say that I don't like baseball, and I'm like, let's go anyway. And finally, they come and they enjoy it because the experience is there. The hot dogs, the drinks, everything's great. So thank you for that. And so, we've talked about the start date of the renovations, but what exactly is changing? If you could go into that.
Well, there's like I said, some of the aspects are deferred maintenance. It's really about the fan experience. Getting into the stadium is the first thing you'll see. Is that the entrance into the stadium will be significantly changed. Much bigger space and a covered ticketing area. There will be changes to the team store. And then also just the fan experience as a whole. Brian, you can kind of probably comment on some of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it'll be a new state-of-the-art scoreboard. The one we have right now that you see is 2005, which is a dinosaur in the industry. This will be a state-of-the-art one. One of the biggest questions and requests we get is, why can you not do instant replays? We'll be able to do that at the game. You'll also be able to watch the games on the internet if you're not at the ballpark. So all the scoreboard have that capacity to do, which will be awesome. So, and in addition to what Jade mentioned, we've also got new picnic areas for the fans too. So.
I'd also say that part of the PDL requirements is to look at gender equity in the locker rooms for male, female, umpire, staff, that sort of thing. So one of the major things that you'll see in the stadium is a new building in left field. Right now, there's a tent out there, and it hosts the group events. There will be a group event space for that inside and outside in the renovations, but that major part of that building back there will be new home locker rooms, and then all of the spaces for coaching staff and umpires and kitchen and so forth. So there's going to be a large building that you don't see today. Brand new. And so that will be one of the main things that you see off in that left field area.
Will there be more seating in the upcoming plans?
Capacity will not change.
Stays the same.
Capacity will stay the same. Everything we are doing is about the fan experience or the player experience, and leaving capacity the same.
And it is not just baseball players, because we have different events that will be taking place on the stadium in the future. Do we have any? I'm kind of new to town, so I don't know if there's any different events other than baseball happening on the stadium right now or recently?
Yeah, right now our main focus is to host 66 baseball games a year. We have done things in the past. We have done, the Florida-Georgia Line concert we've done before. We do a lot of small private parties that you wouldn't know about, that type of thing. We've done cider festivals. We've done some smaller things, but the goal is moving forward after the renovation is to really be a 365-day stadium where it's not just the baseball games. We do fall concerts. So after our baseball season's over, we can start hosting some big concerts on the weekend. We host your beer, cider, bacon, whatever festival, whatever crazy festival you want to do. We could host those. And then we do a lot of private events too. We can do wedding receptions. We'll be able to do wedding receptions in the future, or birthday parties or batting practices. Really, the ideas are they go on and on. Winter lights. There's just so many different ideas that we can try. Some will be great. Some we're going to fail at, but we're going to try different things, to bring people downtown and bring people together.
I love all of that. And you say fail, but that just means you'll succeed next time.
Yes.
So the space is there right now. It's only used to baseball, so come out, see what events are happening, and just check it out. I wanted to touch a little bit upon the kind of like an advertisement segment for you, but the Friday fireworks. I know a lot of people don't know, and they show up on a Saturday and there's no fireworks. So tell us more about that, and why specifically on Fridays, I guess.
We do them on Friday. We do them every Friday that we're home. Friday is just more of a traditional. It's just more of our traditional day to do fireworks. We've seen that works best. We do them on Friday. We don't want to do back-to-back days, so we can't do Friday and Saturday. So we do them just on Fridays, and so that's kind of the reason why we do them on Fridays. People love them. We're sold out almost every game, and then we also do them on our holidays. Like we've done July 4th this year, and we're doing the day before Labor Day this year.
Thank you for that. I want to go back to you, Jade, and touch a little bit more on the timeline of the construction. So construction begins right on September 4th, and it goes all the way until projected right now.
Yeah, we've been, so it really is the beginning of the 2026 baseball season, so April, and we're going to be done by opening day. And so we've had the contractor on our design team. We're using a construction manager at risk delivery method. There's a lot of technical things about that, but the important piece is that they've been part of the design team.
Yeah.
Been able to help us with making sure that our budget meet the expectations for construction and the costs there. And then also just to help us to understand how to navigate a project like this in a baseball stadium that is actually going to be, the 2025 season will be in conjunction with an active construction project. And so being able to help us with understand and figure out how to do that. The other piece is that we've been talking about this project in phases. That's more important to the contractor, but really when you are out there as a person outside looking in, it will be one continuous project from September 3rd all the way through the beginning of April 2026.
And Brian, so that means that the 2025 season, it's nebulous. What's happening with that?
Yeah. I'm going to jump in first of all about the offices. Our offices will be closed this fall. So we will be working remotely or off-site. So offices will be closed, team shop will be closed. People can still get a hold of us. And then the 2025 season, we're going to be played under construction is the best way to put it.
Okay.
We will play baseball there. We will play our 66 home games. Certain areas might be closed during certain parts of the season while they're doing renovations. And when we're on the road, they're definitely going to be working there all week. When we're at home, maybe they are working there till 2 or 3 o'clock. We'll see. So you might come there and you'll see a live construction site that looks like they just finished before you got there, especially out in left field. You'll be able to come to the games and you'll be able to watch that grow at each game you come to.
So show to every game to see the changes. Pretty much. I gotta ask you. You talk about faces. Is the screen section and the miles per hour, I don't know what to call it, the little thing.
The radar.
The radar,
yeah.
Is all that going to be priority like done first or done at the end?
Yeah, so the scoreboard will not come till the 2026 season.
Okay.
So it will arrive sometime the winter before 2026. So really for next season, there is nothing or almost nothing that will be finished.
Okay.
Everything will still be work in progress. The only thing finished will be very minor things that probably won't affect the fans. You'll just see nothing but work in progresses with the finished product for every aspect in 2026.
When was the last time the field was renovated?
Yeah, it was a complete renovation in 1992 for $3 million. So
Jay laughing over here.
To go back to 1992.
Yeah.
I was not even born back then. So nothing has really changed since then in terms of like the structure and the screen.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
small changes.
Like all the seats got replaced around 2016. So you see those seats, or the top half of the seats were all placed in 2016. The scoreboard, as I mentioned, was installed in 2005.
Wow.
The suite down the right field line was built in 2006. The picnic in the left field line is probably about the same time. So there's been gradual changes, but nothing like we're getting ready to go through.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very happy for you guys.
Yeah, we're excited, very excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last game I went to, just looking at that screen just gave me nostalgia for, back in the day, going to baseball games in other places, or those screens at the bowling alley, the ones?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those kind of videos, yeah. It's gonna be good for you, but also do you have any emotional connection with the stadium as it is now?
We've always told people, we're not taking the character away from this ballpark. Mm-hmm. It's still gonna have character. You're still gonna go through it and be like, yeah, I can tell that they were playing baseball here in 1924.
Okay.
So the character will not go away, but some things just have to be modern. I mean, the video board, for example. We're basically at the point where we're buying parts on eBay for it right now. Mm-hmm. So certain things we've got to replace, certain things we've got to make better and better for the fans, but it's going to have the same great character it's always had.
And these may be spoilers or maybe not even something that you guys have thought of before, but is there going to be a specific something new for Mr. Moon?
He might get a new uniform, or he might get a better place to take naps. Is what I'm gonna say.
Better changing space.
He's gonna have a better nap room. Is the best thing I'll say.
I wasn't able to catch him to sign my jersey.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for all of that. I know we kind of deviated.
Yeah, you're good.
I wanted to ask too. So 2025, the games will be happening, so that means that no matter if construction gets a little delayed or things happen, the 2026 season is going to happen there as well, period.
Yeah, the intent is to have baseball unimpeded for the next throughout the entire project, and certainly be out of the way for the 2026 season.
Mm-hmm. And you talked about having the event or the games happen during the 2025 season. Are there any thoughts about also having non-baseball related events, or is that going to be after the 2026?
Yeah, that's going to have to be after it's completed in 2026. The construction crew will need everyday full access that they can get.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very excited to see the games. I'll be there for the final game probably.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Are there any more jersey giveaways happening?
Yeah, we're actually the last Saturday is our Asheville Blues jersey giveaway.
That's right. We talked about it.
Yeah. So first 1,000 fans will get an Asheville Blues jersey giveaway that day, thanks to Mission Health. So
very well, thank you. So Jade, how long have you been with the city? More specifically in your position?
I've been with the city for just over 9 years, and I've been in the capital management position for about 7 of those 9 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you've been director for the whole time?
Yeah.
Tell me about this project as it differentiates from other projects that you have going on, maybe on the same level of I worked with you for some time. I don't remember the terminology.
Yeah. Well, I say in relation to the other projects, this is one of the city's bigger projects, I think, ever. Certainly, we've seen in the time that I've been here, we've done the River Arts District, which is it's just slightly bigger than this project as far as financial commitment. They've done the dam project out of North Fork, but this one definitely is in that mix, top 3. I would say from all of my project experience throughout my career, this one is going to be the most, one of the more challenging, because of the idea of it is really in a tight footprint that doesn't have a lot of room for even just like staging contractors and contractor equipment and that sort of thing. And then you add the mix of operating construction during a fully functional baseball season.
Right.
So there is a lot of complexity in this project. I do, like I said earlier, we have the construction manager. They've been part of the design team. It's just been a great design process up to this point in time. Really have worked closely with all our funding partners, and the tourists in particular have been at the table throughout the entire time we've been trying to work through the concepts of this project. So we're very confident that we know all that we can know at this point in time, and that we're going to have a successful project. But it's definitely from my experience one of the higher value projects, and then also a little bit more on the challenging side.
Yeah, and there was a lot of push to make this happen as soon as possible. And I remember that one of the main obstacles was the funding. So I kind of just wanted to touch a little bit on, I know that we are partners with different entities. I was wondering, for projects that don't have that value or that support, where does the funding come from when it comes to sidewalk repairs or bigger projects such as this one that don't have that partnership?
Yeah, city funds are typically, for most of our projects, are from property taxes, and so essentially, it's the sidewalks, the street resurfacing, those types of projects are going to come from property taxes. Now, it's not unusual for us to have grants in our project development. There are some federal grant sources that will pull into sidewalk projects and that sort of thing. Tourism Development Authority is a great funding partner for us on a regular basis. And so we really are always trying to leverage additional funds and make our money go farther. Pretty successful with that. This is a really great example of being able to take a city dollars and really grow it into something much more than what we could singularly accomplish.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions about when's my sidewalk gonna get done, or why is it not done yet, or like what's happening, and a lot of that comes down to, can we fund it this year, and if not, then can we find the money for it?
Yeah, that's right. And even once a project's funded, this has been a very quick design process, and honestly, probably. Most projects that take a lot longer to put together. Even what it seems like a simple sidewalk project can be one of the more complex projects. So even when we do have funding, sometimes the delivery doesn't ever seem like it's going to come around, but we'll get there eventually.
We get there. Well, thank you for that,
Sure.
and thanks to Capital for everything you guys do.
Oh, absolutely, a pleasure.
And for the final segment, so I kind of want to jump back and forth a little bit. I do want to ask you, what's up with the hippies? Like, where did they come from?
Well, it's actually it's a funny story.
Can we tell it in 5 minutes?
I can do it under that. All right, sounds good. Probably about 7 or 8 years ago, an intern, and I say intern in air quotes, from the Greenville Drive kept referring to us as the hippies on Twitter.
Okay.
And, they would put their bad, jokes on there about, the hippies are coming to town. I hope they put their deodorant on, blah, blah, blah. And so finally we tweeted back and he said, all right, here's the deal. We play each other 12 times this year. Whoever wins the most, if the tourists beat the drive the most, then you guys have to, for one game, become the Greenville Rednecks. If you beat us, we'll become the Asheville Hippies, like you say we are, for one game. We'll order custom uniforms, custom hats, and loser has to wear them. They said yes. Well, we split it 6-6. And, I've always said ties are like kissing your sister. So I said, fine, we're going to wear the hippies jerseys. We hope you guys do the same. And they said, thanks, but no thanks.
Oh, they didn't do it?
They didn't do it. So we still ordered the hippies jerseys and the hats, and our fans loved it. They thought, they were like, this is great, let's make fun of ourselves. And, we sold out jerseys, we sold out hats, and we sold out that night. And so it's actually become an annual tradition. So every year we do a new hippies jersey, new hat. For one game, we become the hippies, and this year we actually did a jersey giveaway for it. So.
Oh, that's the one I have right now.
Yeah.
So that's really funny. And, that really comes to show that we cannot be called cowards.
And I actually think it's part of the draw of the tourists. This is every game is well attended, and it's just a fun experience.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah, if you haven't been to a game, come to the game. It's great. No matter where you sit, it's always gonna be good fun. And the little shows in between, those are fun. The hot dogs are great. Just bring your kid, and sometimes your dog. Apparently, not always. Just
twice a year.
Twice a
year we have the doggies and the diamonds.
Okay, great. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Good luck to you guys. I'm very excited to see how the stadium ends up looking like, and good luck to the tourists in their 2025 season. Hey, even the 2024 season. Let's finish strong.
Sounds great.
Thank you, Jade.
Thank
you, Brian.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime, and we'll see you next time on What's Up Asheville.
You've been listening to What's Up Asheville, sponsored by the City of Asheville in collaboration with WRS 100.7 FM. This program will re-air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30. Thank you for listening.